Diddly 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 dee dee diddly 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 din din diddly 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 din din.
Fire versus Ice.
6.
Oh boy. So, real quick before we start the episode, I need an update on what the heck is going on with my product. So, I'm sure as you guys remember, last week I was talking about being upset because Circuit Break didn't get here. So, here's an update on where it is. So, I contacted the seller. I still didn't get anything from him. So, I contacted TCG Player. They were like, oh, okay, we'll talk to the seller. They didn't really talk to the seller, but they're like, okay, well, we can provide a refund. Or we can continue to try to talk to him. Yeah, the package was forwarded. However, when I was like, yeah, I think I want to get a refund, I checked like a couple hours later, it went back to the carrier facility. So I was like, oh crap, like it's still on my way over here. So I told them, yeah, I'll just wait it out. So I waited a couple days. It kept on bouncing back and forth from the carrier facility, like leaving and then arriving back to the same one. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna call them. Apparently the barcode was misprinted. I was like, okay, cool. At least that's resolved. It got close to where we kind of live this morning, but they shipped it kind of to the wrong zip code. And it was a place where I could go and pick it up. But unfortunately, they just went ahead and they shipped it back to another carrier facility, a place that I can't pick it up. So, again, we don't have Circuit Break. Also, I ordered a second pack of Circuit Break, and guess what? They refunded me because they were out of stock.
Oh my god.
Condor didn't know about that last part.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't. That's some stupid... So you don't even have a backup on the way then?
I don't have a backup.
Wow. Okay, well, with that in mind, 12 packs.
12 packs of tune.
And a box of Maximum Gold.
All right. Take it away, my friend.
Alrighty. Okay. Spoon!
Get the spoon! Holy crap. I'm sorry, did you say the spoon didn't do much?
No.
You know the spoon gods are subscribed to us, right?
I am no blasphemer.
There we go. There we go. Put your butt into it. That's what I'm talking about.
One Max Gold box was hurt in the making of this recording.
Don't sue. Bada bing.
4 packs of Max Gold. I've got 16 packs. I decided since last week's tragic loss, Ghosts from the Past will be put on hold because I actually want cards I can use. So let's go ahead and start with some Toon KOs.
Here we go.
You can itching to open some cardboard, so let's get this started. Cursed Dragonfire, Red Pulsar, Supervise, Evocatory Victory. Super rare. There you go. Chaos! Gemini Aberration. Mass Hero Diane. Blackluster Soldier. Not the Collector's Rare. We pulled that last season. That's right. Toon, Harpy Lady. And some other stuff. Probably Design. Something like possibly, maybe, hopefully, maybe. I don't know what it is. And Chaos. Yeah. BLS. Blast. Source. Toon Terror. Under Chaos. Silent Codec. Actually be useful if I was playing Cybers. There we go. Flip into the gold. Gold! Kind of bring you down. Extra Foolish. Okay. Called by the Grave. That's a pretty good card. I'm already running it. Mistake. This is also a pretty good card. Dark Destroyer. I'm not like... Ooh, Zodiac Trakanine. This one, the border's not misprinted on this one. Circle of Fire Kings. Draft a Dragon Lord, Dark World. So if I pull a Zodiac Dragon, I can technically make it. That's pretty cool. Back to Toon. Coolass. Yep. Okay. Crossover, Froglio, Dark Blade.
Right. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Toon Blackluster Soldier.
Very nice.
This is a good pull that I will never ever use, but that's going straight into the binder.
Gorgeous.
Cool. Good stuff. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Froglio, BLS, Masked Hero, Diane, Fluffle Angel, and then some other stuff. I got it. BLS, Blast, Sork, Infernoble Knight, Renaud. Another ultra rare. Fire Emblem character. Yeah, they do count as like Fire Emblem characters, don't they? Was that 2 or 3 packs? I don't remember. I think that was 2. The one after Max Gold? Yeah, I think that was two. Light Pulsar, Dragonfire, Gear Breathe, Fright for Meister. I have both useless Fright for Pendulum cards. I'm tired. Recycler, Throne. Oh, no, that's the best one, man! This is Chase Card No! Metal Shape Food Cake. Tachyon Dragon, and... Mist. Wow, very nice. Do you want another Gold Mist? Do you have a place out of Gold Mist? I don't remember, actually. I think I do, but I think I'm running one from the structure deck. That's a big claw. You got it. There you go. The patches didn't want to be open. He said, no, leave my skin on! Such a duelist into it. Broadway, Black House or something. Yeah. Fight for Sabretooth. Another fight for... The fight for Toon Chaos. Yeah, and another part of the Desires that I might not ever use. Okay. Down to the wire. I don't know even what I'm hoping for out of this right now. Yes. Toon Page Flip. Wow. Toads and Vipers. Another Ultra Rare. So it's the third copy of Starlight Rose. That's pretty good. One of these. Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack. The Buster Blader. Barrier Statue of the Heavens. Foolish Burial. Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. Cosmo Tower. And no Mecha Phantom Beast. Okay. This story told like 10 Phantasmes. I did not see any Phantasmes. I'm not gonna lie. I've not seen that many. I have. They love me. And I love them too. Pulsar. Dragonfire. Gear Breathe. Toon Terror. Chaos Zone. Jojo. Why is this pack literally the same as like identical to another pack that I just opened? Alright, here we go. Skin this pack. Gemini Ablation. Hey! There's my third copy of Gamma that I need. That's Player Magician of Hope. More like Magician of Suck. Come on, man. He's trying his best. Final pack of Toon Chaos. Let's get that last pack. Magic! Not the Keeper of Dragon Magic, just the last pack magic. I don't need that. Don't need that. Hey! Oh, wow. There's another Chaos Space that I won't use. Just gotta place that. Yeah, you do. Here we go. I knew that was coming though. There are 2 Chaos Spaces with every box. It's pretty much that's the ratio that they've... Not according to Mario. Poor guy. Oh, yeah. Hang in there, buddy. The First Monarch, Tour Guide from the Underworld, 39, Utopia Beyond, 15, Gimmick Puppet Crotch Grinder, Dark Rebellion Exceed Dragon, and some other things.
Alright, so that concludes my opening. Nothing spooktacular, but I can see what I can do with this. See what I can pull off.
Yeah, good stuff. Alright, my turn. Okay, we're back to this once again. I can't wait until I don't have to open Shining Victories anymore. This set is painful. Well, I have the calculator right here, so I'm sure as you guys remember last week, I opened one of these and only opened one pack. So I could hopefully get at least one, but I got teased with that very last field spell that I don't even remember. So, these 2 packs are both 5.36 plus 5.36, it's 10. And then plus 16.8. So we're working with, this is about 26 bucks. Now let's get into it. Very nice. Gotta open it up.
My fingers crossed for you, duelist.
Seriously, I don't know what to do. So, just to keep you guys updated on the on how much product I have of Shining Victories after I open all this, I have like one more special edition, and I'm probably going to go get some individual packs from the internet. So there you go. I'll just keep this off to the side here. Keep those over there. Pour those out. We will continue on with these 2 packs right here from our previously on special edition.
More hatred. The spot, Lunar Light, Beacon of Light, Amorphous Duelist, Unwavering Bond. Okay, great, Cosmorning's nothing. Well, as I thought. Cosmorning, more like I'm trying. Seriously. I'm hoping for one. One, please. Graceful Tear, Gear Change, Speedroid Dyko Duke. Wow, that's fucking Digital Bug, Rhino Stuff, Digital Bug, Lunar Light. Alright, so I kind of had a feeling that that other pack wouldn't yield anything. But now, we're on to another one. So, hopefully, there's going to be something here. Please. Morpheus Wrath, World Turquoise Champion, the Kaiju Files, Bloom Prima, and the Lord Squire. Ooh, a Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, secret rare. Very cool. Digital Bug, Cocoon Dancer, Lunar Light, Angel Trumpeter, and a Morpheus Pride. This is pretty cool. Yeah, that Ghost Reaper might come in handy. Okay. Here we go. Ryu Okami, Wonder Thieves, that's also a pretty good card. Raid Raptor, Event Culture, Bug Matrix, 10 Knights, and more of that. Raid Raptor, oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm never buying another, not buying a special edition after this. This is ridiculous. Whoop. Okay. This set is so expensive though. It's a booster box. Hey, a field spell. It's not mine. It's just Bug Matrix. Protector with Eyes of Blue. Morpheus Wrath. Lunar Light Cat Dancer. No. Dude. Why? Alright. It's in the next one. It's in there. opens my heart of the cards. At this point, yeah, I'm just gonna go online and order some individual packs. Unless those individual packs get lost in the mail. Who knows? So I said I would open different sets depending on if I pull the Fire King Island or not. So I guess we're just gonna open some Max Gold, just to make up for it. So with the Max Gold, that's about $25. $51 and some cents. I'll probably end it right here. We're hoping for, like I said in previous episodes, we're hoping for some more Coach Soldier Wolfbark. And maybe some Ash Blossom. That would help. I need to stop on this camera. I need Ash Blossom. No, I need Ash Blossom. I need Icky Toes. Look at that, the card is food! Wow! There we go. Just gonna sneak under there. Bada bing. Hey, bada bing. There we go. Okay. We have 4 disorganized packs of Max Gold. Get into it. Alright. Go, 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 Gigas. Union Hanger. Number 107, Galaxy Eyes, Tachyon Dragon. Speedroid, Technoboard. Eldritch the Golden Lord. Hey. That's my second copy. Hold one last season. Cosmotown. DDD Warrior Lady, and number 101, Silent Honor Arc. That is pretty cool. That's pretty good. Yeah, good stuff. Okay. On to the second pack. That's the toy box of Max Gold. Yielded some really good results. Not gonna lie. The Whitestone Ancients, Synchron Carrier, Shared Ride, Zodiac Dragon. There it is. It's a Beast Warrior. Miscellaneous Source, Dimensional Prison, and Trap Tricks. Mammalia. So, just go ahead and drop that card on it. Go ahead and drop it on the floor. Really good bonds. I'm kidding. Okay. Second to last pack of Absolute's openings. Trade in. Lose 1 turn. Barrier Statue of the Drought. Anti-Magic Arrows, Sky Striker Ace, Kagati. Oh, I don't think I have this alternate art. Mistaken Arrest, and Mecha Phantom Beast. Not anything too significant in that one, that's okay. Come on. Mecha Phantom Beast, Dracosac, Solemn Judgment. Oh my god. That's the 4th one that I have. Can I trade? We'll talk about it. Temple of the Six, Adulce Chateau, Cosmotown, Foolish Burial Depth, and Imperial Tomb. Oh, and that was the last one. Dang it. Alright, so none of the cards I was looking for, but some really good pickups. Very nice. Solemn, Zodiac, and Eldritch. Alright, so I think we're gonna trade, so let's get on.
Back at it again with the deck profiles. We've got the monster spells and traps in my current iteration of the deck, plus my beautiful extra deck, and plus this here side deck. So we're gonna showcase it right here and now, players. Starting with the monsters, we have, the standard triple revealer of the Ice Barrier. And then we've got triple speaker for the Ice Barrier, double General Wayne, double Defender, double Prior, double double Hexa Spirit. There's no comma here, so it's Hexa Spirit, not Hexa, Spirit of the Ice Barrier. Hexa is not its name, it is a Hexa Spirit. Cryomancer, double Silent Angler, and the 1 Ash Blossom. I decided to cut the Gamma package for now just because I'm running some other control options in the deck, and Gamma's not the best option right now for me. Even though I pulled a 3rd one today, I'm gonna test it without the Gamma package for now because in testing I was pulling the driver too much. But next up we have the spells. We have obviously triple Medallion and triple Freezing Chains of the Ice Barrier, and the 1 Winds over the Ice Barrier. This is good at 1, I think. I don't need any more than 1. It's got good recursion from the Grave/Banished zone, but I found myself using the Tributing effect less and less. But moving on, we have double Forbidden Chalice, more control options, the budget Imperms, even though I actually do have 2 Imperms in this deck, you're about to see them. Double Surface. Those are the 2-ofs, other than the Winds over the Ice Barrier, that's another 1-of. But anyway, for my 1-ofs, we have the Scapegoat, Called by the Grave, Cosmic Cyclone, Monster Reborn, and Harpy's Feather Duster. We're adding a little bit more back row removal to this iteration because of the fact that Burden of the Mighty was giving me a lot of trouble last duel, and I want to circumvent that with more back row removal. And Lord knows I could use it. Anyway, so moving on to the trap lineup, we have triple Crackdown and double Fiendish Chain, moving back to our control roots a little bit there. And then we've got the double Starlight Road. This card is amazing against Fire King High Avatar, the High King Garunix, right, the big Garunix. And then we've got the double Imperm, and now we have double Solemn Judgment because I traded for the second one. And then the lone Drowning Mirror Force. I wish I pulled another one of these today, at least one of them, but such is life. Moving on to the side deck here, we have 1 Warning Point, the 3rd Fiendish Chain in the side. We have triple Heavy Storm Duster. We have triple Appointer of the Red Lotus, triple Mind Drain. I didn't really know what to put. I had 13 side deck cards, and I just put these 2 in to make 14 and 15. Yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going to side into these at all. And then we got 1 Mind Control and the 1 Nib. That's the side deck. Nothing special, really. I might not even side into any of these cards, possibly the Fiendish Chain. But finally, our extra deck, we have the double Trishula Zero Dragon, 1 regular Trish, 1 Gungnir, 1 Brio, 2 Duloran, 1 Stardust Charge Warrior. I'm opting for double Stardust Dragon now because I do have 2. I have 2 Starlight Roads. I took out the Virtual World Shell Jaja. I have 2 Starlight Roads, and sometimes I can get into just Stardust naturally with the monsters I have on board. And then I still have the 1 Virtual World Beast, Juju. And then for our Link monsters, we have the Topologic Bomber, Unchained Abomination, Boral Sword Dragon, and the Link Kuribo. So that rounds off the extra deck, and that finishes up my deck profile. So the reasoning I changed, we have 46 cards in the main deck now. And the reason I changed a lot since last week. I was workshopping this for a couple of days just to see what I could possibly do to have answers to some of his stuff that I didn't have answers for last time, and really it was a consistency issue more than anything else. Now, I'm not saying this is the perfect consistency for this deck. There are still changes and improvements to be made, but at the point we're at right now, for the 6 weeks that we've been doing, or this is the 6th week, so for the 5 weeks prior, I feel as though this is the best iteration of the deck so far, and we'll see how it goes. We're just gonna see how it goes. This deck profile was quick, but yeah, anyway, Absolute, take it away.
What? That's not a deck profile. That's just a divider I use for my deck. Okay, week 6, something like that? All right, week 6 deck profile, here we go. All right, so onto the main deck. We're still running our 3 Garnix. We are running the 3 Barong. And these cards, since they're so old, they're a little slidey, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me. Still running the 1 Arvada. We are running our 3 Neo Flamebell Lady. This card was our saving grace. Oh my gosh. This card really helped us set up our graveyard, even though it sends the fire monster to the graveyard and doesn't destroy the banishing effect. Still pretty good. We're on 2 Fire Dog this time. The reason for this is because, I don't know, the main deck monsters are getting a little clogged now that I have the Coach Soldier Wolfbark, so I'd rather have more of a chance to use Coach Soldier's effect to bring back a level 4 Fire Beast Warrior monster from my graveyard. So there you have it. We now have 3 copies of Coach Soldier Wolfbark. This is definitely going to help out with the deck. We're still running 2 Rescue Rabbit. I was initially thinking about running 3, but the problem with that is, honestly, I don't want it to clog too much of the Fire King plays. So we're running 2, along with our 2 targets for Rescue Rabbit, Megalo Smasher X and Saber Ceratosaurus. So those right there are the monsters. Very nice, very nice. The monsters out of the way, we go into the spells. We're still running the 3 Onslaught of the Fire Kings, MVP. Love this spell card. Super good. Glad Ash Blossom isn't in the mix right now, or else this would probably resolve way less. We are running our 3 Circle of the Fire Kings. Solid stuff. 3 Supply Squad. More draw power, hopefully it doesn't get banished. We have our 3 Cosmic Cyclone to remove those pesky traps and such. We are running 2 Burden of the Mighty. Pretty good stuff. 2 Rekindling. Still gonna run 2 because I just don't want to see it in my starting hand. It doesn't help me out too much, to be perfectly honest. So we have the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, the 1 Terraforming, and our 1 chosen copy of Fire King Island. So that leads us to the traps. For the traps, we are still running our 3 Solemn Strikes. This has saved us from numerous plays. We are adding 1 Torrential Tribute from the starter deck of Season 1. So, with that, the starter deck, Torrential Tribute. Torrential Tribute is not... It's a little expensive in our format. Whoopsie. So it was about $3 from what I gathered. So we're on about 54. And then we are running the 1 Metaverse, and that wraps up the main deck right there. So get that out of the way. And on to the extra deck, featuring a full extra deck this time. Bam! Baguska. Oh, beautiful, beautiful elephant. Very nice. We are running our Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Very helpful. We are running the Cassell, the Skyblaster Musketeer. We pulled this from Dude last season. This one was pretty much cents. It was only a couple cents. Same thing with the Digusto Emerald. That was about like 30 cents or something like that on TCG Player, the market price. We're still running the number 101 Silent Honor Arc. We are running another Savior, Time Thief Redoer. Oh my gosh, this card saved us last duels. So, Time Thief, you saved me Season 1. Yet again, you saved me Season 2. I love you, man. You're awesome. We're still running the number 27 Dreadnought Dreadnoid and the 1 Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer. Very nice stuff. Running the Link Spider. Again, this was a card that was somewhat expensive, so I'm just gonna show you. It was about $250. So, whoops. you get the point. It was about 55. We're about $55 into the budget. We are running 2 Doolittle Chimera in the meantime. We are running 2 Codebreaker Virus Swordsman, another superhero that has saved us throughout Season 1. So, of course, Codebreaker Virus Swordsman is literally like it's a couple of cents. It's like 6 or 18 cents or something like that. So we're still in the clear. Steel Star Regulator. I pulled this out of the Blazing Vortex when we were doing Code Breakers versus Counter Fairies. Again, I don't think it pulled up in the significant highlight reel, but you just have to trust me. It's a common from Blazing Vortex. These came up a lot. And Borlo Dragon. And that wraps up the extra deck right there. Excuse me. And finally, for the side deck, featuring a full side deck. Am I going to use it? I'm not too sure still. Ties of the Brethren is not a card that will help us right now, but it will in the future once we get more Arvada and once we get Yaksha. We have the Dark Hole still, the Monster Reborn, and here is our Flamebell Fire Dog, just in case we want to go back to 3. Here is the 3 Wonder Xyz that we pulled from Shining Victories. Here's the 3 Solemn Judgment that we pulled, thanks to Max Gold. Very nice. And that's why I traded away my 4th one. I didn't really need it, so honestly, I just wanted to help Condor out. We have our 2 Call of the Haunted in here. Yeah, I'm sure you noticed that in the trap lineup, it was a little less trap heavy. And then the 1 back to the front. So, week 6, hopefully we can pull in another victory. Hopefully.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's Absolutal. I'm here to just give you guys a briefing of what's going on with this episode. Our week 6 duels got corrupted because Condor forgot to put his phone on Do Not Disturb, and we received a phone call in the middle of the matches. I don't think we really have any duels. I'm not too sure. Luckily, I was able to participate in the Lupine Weekly, which is hosted by our good friend TCG Wolf. And this is his week 12 tourney, I suppose. And I decided to participate now that it was on EDO Pro. I brought in my week 8 deck, which I will say there's not too many changes compared to week 6. If you guys are consistent watchers in TCG Wolf Sealed Only Season 2, then I suggest you skip the first game because I get paired up against TCG Wolf. Oh, also, sorry for the audio. I'm in a bathroom. This is the best way I can record right now. It is what it is. So I'm just going to give some brief commentary, and if I can't follow along, I'll probably just talk about something else. Oh, also, apologies for the bad cropping. The life points were cut out for whatever reason. Right, so on with the first duel, it's me versus TCG Wolf. He starts off with a Foolish Burial. He dumps Apsarouter Dragon, grabs himself a Rocket Synchron, I think. He does some Kitchen Dragon made stuff. I don't know. Striker Dragon. Oh, I know this. Boot Sector Launch. And then he normal summons Tracer, pops the Striker to get himself a recharge. And then he gets a Borreload Savage, which I'm pretty scared about because one negate and I'm dead. So I fire off a Burn of the Mighty, set a Solemn, and I pass, just hoping that I don't die this turn. He normal summons the little boy to get the Apsarouter, goes into Link 2, gets back Tracer, uses the field spell to get Tracer on the field. He pops the Striker Dragon, which I thought was really cool, and then I go ahead and Solemn the Boral Sword because I don't want to deal with that. He punches in for 2200, and I'm set. So I go for Fire King Island. Of course it gets negated. I just set Barong, again, hoping that I don't get OTK'd. He normal summons Parlor Dragon Maid, which dumps him the fusion spell, I guess. He tags into a bigger Dragon Maid from the graveyard. He pokes me for 1900. Burden of the Mighty is actually saving me, and TCG Wolf was telling me that. He was pretty frustrated. He used Machina Redeployment to get the two big boys, and then it's my turn. I luckily draw into a Fire King Island. Yes, I do pull one more. But that's out. That's about it. I go for the Rekindling, then I go for Dreadnought Dreadnoid, because it barely gets over the Dragon Maid fusion, and then I just use the rank 10 to get rid of Boot Sector Launch, because I don't like it very much. So he has no choice but to punch into me with the machine, get back Citadel, pop my giant robot, and then punches me. I have about 400 life points left, and I'm shaking in me boots. So I actually have another really good draw. Onslaught of the Fire Kings. Use Fire King Island, pop the Grunix in my hand, get the Barong, normal summon it. Battle phase, I get Mirror Force, but I'm honestly okay with that. I'm Fire Kings. I love being destroyed. So in this next standby phase, Grunix comes back, wipes the board. I search out an Arvada. The other Grunix comes back, pops my own Grunix, and we have the loop live. So the other Grunix comes back because he just passes. He gets a pretty bad draw. I normal summon Coach, getting Barong, and making Redoer, and then he just scoops because he knows there's nothing he could do. So game 2, it looks like he sided pretty well. I knew that he had Bottomless Trap Hole because I'm a consistent watcher myself of his series. So I was kind of I had that in the back of my head going into this. So I go into Coat Soldier, go into Dreadnought Dreadnoid, knowing that I can protect him. I punch into the Fortress, which he pops Fire King Island, which unfortunately gets rid of the other material. I go into the Big Boy in the end phase, and he gets banished off of Bottomless. So he gets the two boys on the field. He punches me for a crap load of damage. But I go ahead and Monster Reborn, getting this Coach Soldier back. Once again, grabbing Barong. I need to borrow him. So he already goes ahead and uses Citadel effect. Pop his machine to wipe my board. I use Barong's special summon effect from hand. Normal summon Mangle Smasher, getting the 101 Silent Honor Arc. Barong effect, get the island. And then that's all he has. During the end phase, I Cosmic Cyclone that Mirror Force away. And then I draw into the best boy. I use Fire King Island, pop Grunix, normal summon Barong, and I just end phase because I know Grunix is coming back. So he just might as well use Citadel, just pop my field, and then that forces me to destroy my own 101. Barong gets me an Arvada, pop Arvada, get Grunix, and then I'm able to summon Barong, and then I punch in for a pretty reasonable amount of damage. And at this point, I'm sweating, so I go into Time Thief Redoer, set 1, and then I rip a card. TCG Wolf lets me know that the only cards in his hand are Boot Sector and Solemn Strike. For our next game, we are up against Arukuro, I believe. He is running a sealed only Orcust, I believe. I know he streams and stuff like that, so if you guys would like to check out his content, it's pretty cool. I don't know too much about the Orcust plays, I'm going to be perfectly honest, so he just goes for a lot of boys. He goes for the Dingirsu and the Abyss Dweller, which Abyss Dweller isn't a bad idea. But honestly, it doesn't really matter because I drew into the Onslaught. I had 2 Supply Squad, and then Normal Summon, Rescue Rabbit, Banish, get the 2 Megalos, and I go in the battle phase, and I punch in. I go into Redoer, and then he gets really confused when I activate Burn of the Mighty. He's like, against a Lincoln XC's deck? I'm like, yes, I do Sealed Rivals. My opponent is playing Ice Barriers. I have no choice. So yeah, I get a pretty good amount of advantage up here, and then he goes into Dagda, and Burn of the Mighty actually saved me there, I'm pretty sure. So Time Thief comes back, terraforming, get my other Fire King Island, activate it, destroy the Barong in hand. Yes, grab another Barong, normal summon, just get a bunch of damage in, and then I just set the Cosmic, hoping he doesn't have anything. Grab a circle, rip a card, and he just normal summons and goes out on his own terms. Oh, jeez. This commentating thing is really hard. Okay, so next game he starts off with a Solar Recharge, grabs the Monster Reborn, getting the Lumina that he discarded, I think. More discards, more special summons from Grave, you know, some Lightsworn stuff. I guess he has a Lightsworn package going as well with some Phantom Knight stuff. And as you can see, my hand's pretty bad. Honestly, I shouldn't be going for the Wonder XCs anymore. I need to get that out of my side deck, but, you know, we'll see. So he goes for some more plays. He gets the Blackwing from the grave. Lumina, summon Lumina, get Dante. He's just milling a bunch of cards. He did say he misplayed summoning him in defense. As you can see, he summoned the big Secret Boy, and I just saw him strike it because I do not want to deal with it. So he crashes my Coach Soldier Wolfbark, and that's pretty much it. So I go for Wolfbark, activate the effect, and I'm like, well, crap, I can't do anything. That's a hard once per turn. So he gets his tuner back from the deck or the grave. I don't know. I don't know how people commentate. It's difficult. So he gets Hulk, he gets the Parallel Exceed, and the Ash in his hand was the only tuner that was left. He milled the rest of it, I guess. He gets the Link 3 Orcust, he gets Symbol Skeleton, he goes for Dingirsu, he sends Coach Soldier to the grave. And again, I am almost out of life points. I draw into yet another Coach Soldier Wolfbark, and then I go into Silent Honor Arc, taking away the Dingirsu, and I screw up because even though he told me he set that card and I saw him search for that Phantom Knight sword, I punched into him anyway because I was running on an hour and 30 minutes of sleep. So yeah, I ended up losing that match. So for match number 2, or no, this is match number 3. Okay, so his hand is pretty bad, as you can see. All he can really do is just go for Abyss Dweller and All Mirage, set 1 pass. Which he goes for the Abyss Dweller, I chain, and then he thinks he can have the attack stay, even though it's a continuous trap, but whatever. Onslaught, I get the Supply Squad, normal summon Neo Flame Bell Lady, just punch in for a decent amount of damage. And this is what I love about Supply Squad. Just gets me so much advantage, pop my own card, bam, draw another one. I am set. He activates his field spell, passes, I draw into another Rescue Rabbit. I honestly should have ran 3 Megalo Smasher, but it's whatever. I just summon the 2 of them, and then I just punch in for game, because that's all I need. Okay, so for game number 3, we are up against Coda, who is running at Ignister or Ignicer. I really don't know how to say it. Basically, if you don't know the archetype, it's just Cybris using the field spell to spam a lot of those little at Ignister monsters out on the field. in order to get into their Link 6 boss monster. And I'm not even going to try to commentate on this. Condor actually does have this deck himself. But yeah, it's a very interesting deck, that's for sure. Just a lot of going first plays. Their Link 1 definitely helps. Yep, Wind Pegasus and all that good stuff. And as you can see from my hand, I drew into one of my Gardenets. I drew into the Megalo Smasher. And even though I don't really have an out to this, I decided to play through it anyway because I wanted to see what would happen. So I destroy the Megalo Smasher, get Barong, and I set it, hoping that I don't die. He normal summons a Chi-Chi, getting the Doshin, and Idol Reborn, getting the Picari on the field, getting a spell, Ignister Spell or Trap, and then he just goes into Access Code. I'm like, what? I don't know. I love Ad Ignister, but when you go into Access Code, I'm just like, but what about the other big boss monster? What about the one that matters? Okay, so for game number 2, I decided to go first. Of course, he has the Ash, so I have no choice but to set 2 and pass. I have the Cosmic and the Strike set, so I'm just like waiting for the right opportunity to fire those off. And there's one. Getting rid of the island because I know the island is trouble. So yeah, his hand isn't very good. He kind of misplays and negates the attack and summons that monster in defense, but nonetheless, he goes into Transcode, goes into Splash Mage, and then he just goes into Access Code, which I didn't want to deal with, so I just went ahead and Solemn Striked it. I activate Supply Squad, I activate Fire King Island, destroying Garunix, getting Rescue Rabbit, and then punching in for half of his life points. With 2 definitely Fire Boys. And then I just go for Baguska, not knowing that he had Forbidden Droplet. So I was kind of peeved about that because I just wasn't expecting Droplet. But then again, he's playing one of the better rogue decks out there. And of course, he goes into the Link 1. He's able to get Island out again. And I'm just like, well, I don't have any interruption for this. This is great. Goes Wicked. Goes for Island again, getting a Chi-Chi on the board, searching for a monster, which is Doshin. He goes in Transcode Talker, Splash Mage, and then he goes into End Phase because he realized he kind of messed up his play and just surrendered, which I was very surprised about that. So I still have my going first cards. I know that he wanted to go first, but I was just hoping I could do something. But as you can see with this hand, I drew into almost all monsters except for 1 Judgment, and that doesn't help me. So he gets the island on the board, uses it, special summon Doyon from hand. Doyon adds back Picari, special summon Picari, grab a spell trap, which when I first met you, yada yada. Transcode Talker into Splash Mage into Access Code. And then I was like, okay, maybe I can out this. If I have a top... No. Not the top deck that I needed. So I just set to hoping that I don't die. Honestly, I was having a bit of trouble. I wasn't sure when to fire off the Solemn. It didn't matter. I was dead anyway, so he just pops the Solemn, and then he pops the Barong. Goes for Update Jammer. And at this point, I know I'm dead. So I just take the damage. And then he disrespects me by negating his own attack and going for the big level 6 boy. So for the final match, I don't know. There's Dragoon. It's Stun Guru, but I just call it Stun Guru Dragoon because that's what the deck is. So I destroy Barong, get the Arvada, hoping I can negate it, but of course he has a Solemn Strike set, and I'm not able to do anything. And I kind of misplay going for the Arvada effect. I should have just waited to do Onslaught, but honestly, the Onslaught wouldn't really do much anyway, so I search out Garunix, get half of my life points hit, use his Pot of Prosperity? Yeah. There's nothing I can do. I don't know why he went for 3. I don't think he knew that this is sealed only deck. I tried to go for the Baguska. Of course, he has another Solemn. Try to go for Fire King Island. Of course, he has the Dragoon Negate. And at this point, I'm like, yay, this is fun. No, but in all seriousness, I did have fun going against Jay Chip Show. So he goes for the pot. Again, going for 3, which I'm like, okay, that's fine by me. Of course, he has the Harpy's Feather Duster in his hand. He goes for Hidden City. He punches into my Rescue Rabbit. And then I see the set 3, and I'm like, oh, God. So I just normal summon the Guru. I normal summon the Megalo Smasher, punch into the Guru, pass. Really not much I can do. And off the top, of course he gets the Red Eye Fusion. And then as soon as I saw that card, I kind of knew it was over. This deck can't get over Dragoon, to be perfectly honest. Not yet, at least. So, draw phase. I see I got the Solemn. I go for Onslaught. He lets me get the Fire Dog. And then I, of course, try to go for Baguska again, knowing that he has Solemn. But it's whatever. He goes into battle. He punches me for a buttload of damage. And I just set the Cosmic Cyclone and I pass because I know there's nothing I can do. And I see that he drew another Red Eyes Fusion. Wow, that's the first time I've noticed that. Oh boy. But yeah, those were the duels. I went obviously 2-2. I did really well. I was very surprised how well my deck did. Of course, I went against 2 other sealed only decks, and Fire Kings is actually pretty good against it. But nonetheless, I had a lot of fun. I hope I can do it again next week, and I hope you guys really enjoyed the duels.